Hello everybody and welcome to my Minecraft tutorial, and this is episode 18 in a new series for new Minecraft players. I really should change the intro for that. It's not so much a new series anymore. There's 18 episodes, so I'll have a think about that one. But if you remember in the last episode, we did some stuff with the NPC villagers. That has now been complete. We did some trading and got some very nice melon pieces. So what we're going to do now is we're going to head back to the farm. We're going to head on home, wave goodbye to our friends over there, and we're going to work on making a melon and pumpkin farm. And I'm thinking we're going to have a rest part way there. Why don't we just have a quick stop back at the hidey hole? Why not? We'll remember those early days. Up here as the sun is going down. I wonder if I left anything in here. I don't think I did. There's some torches in here still. That's about it really. Not a whole lot more in here. There's moon's coming up. So let's just go to sleep and we will head back. Now I'm going to have to take a stop off at the cottage first, because I am all full here. My pack is completely full. I must pick that arrow back up again. So when I have sort of cleared out my pack, then I'll be all ready to go for the next mission of collecting the pumpkins. But generally we're doing pretty well. I did clear out the NPC villagers worth of carrots and potatoes. I did replant them, of course, because that's the good citizen that I am in this world. But any leftovers I did take back with me. But yeah, there's the pumpkins. They're not far away from our cottage, which is just over here. And then we will head back to the farm and we will do our final two farming. Farmable crops. That's the word I was looking for. Losing words today. So let's head in here. So unfortunately we were not able to sell all this paper that we worked so hard to get. Put my emeralds away. I'm going to bring all the wheat and everything back with me. The paper is not related to farming really. Got some feathers. I can use those feathers actually to make arrows. We'll make some arrows. Stack up the remaining feathers. Bring the gravel with me. I'll show you how to make arrows, because we actually haven't done that yet. And I do have some wood over there, so why don't we do that as well. So we've cleared out our pack a little now, so let's go grab those pumpkins and then we will do a few things back over at the farm. Some little ponds here. Potential cave? No, sadly not. So these are pumpkins. These things with the face on are pumpkins, and to harvest pumpkins you can either use your fist to pick them up, or much faster, use the axe. The axe is the required tool for the pumpkins, and I'm going to collect all the pumpkins. There's no need for me to keep them really, and that is as simple as that. We have picked up the pumpkins, so let's head back to the farm, which is just over here. And after this, I'm going to bake up all these potatoes that I've collected, because pretty soon we're going to be out of steak. Though I do have some raw left, which I will cook up at some point soon. So why don't we just head back over to the farm. So the first thing that we need to do is make some melon seeds, and you can make melon seeds by just right clicking a piece of melon into your crafting window, whichever one it is, a tables window or the one in your inventory, and you'll get melon seeds. Now I don't need melon right now, so I can convert them all down, and we can go in here and we can just right click in each slot until we have used them all up, and you'll get this like little plant. And for pumpkins you just put a pumpkin in there and you get 4 pumpkin seeds each. Now the only way these can be obtained is pumpkins can be found rarely naturally across the environment. Melons can't be found at all naturally. You must use either an abandoned mine shaft, which is something that we will look at later. That sheep's got out again. I don't know why, but they just keep getting out. Do I have any wheat on me? Yeah. So yeah, what was it now? I've lost where I was going because of the sheep. Oh yeah. I remember now. Melons can only be naturally found in abandoned mine shafts or trading with NPC villagers. Pumpkins can be found using... That music's pretty loud in my headphones. And pumpkins can be found naturally, or you can also find the seeds in the abandoned mines. And abandoned mine shafts are something that we will look at much later. Though, actually, thinking about it, not that much later now. Because there's not a whole lot more we need to cover before we get to those. So if we go down here... Did I leave the bone meal down here? No, nothing's down here yet. Bone meal. Where did I leave the bone meal? Probably in this chest full of everything. So, these crops can be bone mealed, but they don't behave the way you would expect. The major difference with these things are that when you bone meal them, and I'll bone meal one of each, you just get the stem. And eventually the pumpkin will plop over on its side and the melon will plop over on its side onto a different block. It can only plop onto an available block. So for example, this here is an available block and this here is an available block. This is being used by a sapling, a seed, and this one is water, so it can't fall on those, and it can't fall diagonally, so it can only fall onto one of these two, and likewise this one onto these two. This one can only fall forward, and so on. So the thing is with these, when they plop you can harvest them, but when you bone meal them, you only get the stem. But the stem is sort of infinite. You can continually collect them. So when one plops off, you harvest it, and then you can just wait for it to plop again. There's no replanting with these guys. Once you plant them once, then you don't have to worry about moving them. You can move them if you want to, but honestly it's not that important to do that, really. So while we're waiting for these guys to plop, why don't we go and make some arrows, which is what I was... waiting to do. Now the thing is with these, they don't really have a time that they take to grow. It could be any range of time, so that's just something to consider. I think it's around a day usually though. So I have 14 pieces of flint, so why don't we just craft up some sticks here, I don't know, 16 sticks, and to craft some arrows you have feathers at the bottom, flint at the top, and sticks in the middle. And we now have a good supply of arrows, and we can use arrows obviously with our bow. I need to get some furnaces in here at some point, and I will do that very, very soon, so that we can start cooking up some stuff over here instead of having to go back to the cottage every time. So yeah, we're just waiting for these guys to grow. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot more I can do, but I would like to get... How many pieces of flint do I need? 3. So this might take a while. I've never really tried this. I know it's improved with looting, but I will not do this forever. I'll just see if it seems to take a lot. So, here's a pumpkin. Pumpkin, as you can see, has just plopped over. You can harvest that with the axe, and the stem goes back, and we've collected another pumpkin. Pumpkins can be used in a recipe called pumpkin pie, which is something that we will look at in, I think, maybe the next episode, or in a couple of episodes' time when we look at all the things that we can cook in the game. I think that will be everything bar mushroom stew, because I haven't found any mushrooms. Though we might take a look at that forest and the village, there might be some over there. And we will look in a couple of episodes, or the next episode, I'm not sure when. But we'll look anyway at how to craft pumpkin pie, which is an edible thing that we can eat in Minecraft, and is very, very nice to eat. And melons can be just eaten on their own. That's not the main use. They don't restore a lot of hunger points, but the main use for them is to combine them with something called a golden nugget, and we make glistering melons, which can be used in brewing. And we won't look at brewing for a while yet. We need to go to another dimension first, called the Nether. And then we need to build our own brewery. We're going to build a brewery in this world and brew up some potions. And that's something I'm quite looking forward to. We will be going to the Nether very soon. We just need to get some diamonds first, which I think will be one of the next episodes. Either at some point very, very soon we will do that. And then get down to the Nether. Because there's a lot of tutorials down there as well. Seeing as we're kind of done with most of the things up to now that we can do in the overworld. I just really am waiting for one of these melons to plop so that I can show you about melons, but it might take a while. So I kind of rambled enough really. What I'll do is I will just probably cut the camera to when a melon has plopped, because I don't want to waste time or extend out this video longer than perhaps what it's needed. So yeah, I'm just going to hang around over here by the farm until a melon decides it wants to plop, and then I will be right back. And I'm back, and here you go, there's a melon just plopped right there. Now there is no official regarded tool to harvest melons. The axe doesn't harvest it any faster than the fist would, but from what I've read on the wiki, the sword does go a little faster. So you can harvest this using the sword, and you can get melons, except I'm all full up right now, and you'll obviously get the melon pieces back. So yeah, that pretty much covers it, melons and pumpkins. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode, guys. I hope you found it useful and informative. I'll be able to put my melon pieces and pumpkin pieces away now, and I hope to see you in the next episode, but I'm not sure what we're going to do yet. It will either be cooking or we will return underground in pursuit of diamonds, I think. They seem to be the logical things to do next, so it'll be one of those two, and if it is indeed the cooking one, the episode after will probably be diamond hunting, I would have thought, because we've done a lot on the overworld now, on the surface. We need to go underground again, and do some more underground, because it's been ages since we've been underground. So, yeah, that's just about it for today. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope you found it useful, and I hope to see you next time. So, until then, guys, see you later, and have a good day.